You crazy mother.
What's going on YouTube? It's Kay here, bringing you guys today a brand new video from my Hero Gear Walkthrough series. And today's specialist that we're going to be taking a look at is the Specialist Prophet. Now, for those of you who don't know yet, Hero Gear is the last set of specialist customization items that you can unlock once you've unlocked all other customization items for every other specialist in Black Ops 3. Now, the way my Hero Gear walkthrough series goes is I show you guys clips of the most defining moments, both my struggles and my accomplishments, when I try to complete the Specialist Hero Gear challenges myself for every specialist in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, without further ado, let's get started on the Specialist Prophet. Like every other video of mine, we're going to be going over the Specialist ability first. And for Prophet, he has a very fun yet very difficult to pretty much get a grip on specialist ability called Glitch. Now, this specialist ability is both a blessing and a curse. It practically gives you a second chance at life if you know how to use it well, while at the same time it is offset by its very large disorienting feeling of practically changing positions on the map in the blink of an eye, which is technically what you are doing. Now, once you activate the specialist ability, you are teleported back to a location that you previously were before. It will not teleport you to a random location, of course. You had to physically have been there. It'll teleport you at the same height that you were, so if you were wall running, it'll teleport you back to, well, you were wall running. If you were mid-jump, it'll teleport you back into the air, and so on. This is both affected by how fast you were moving, and also where you actually were, and what you actually were doing. So a lot of the times, it's fairly consistent. If you're on a level playing field, it works by distance. If you had only actually moved a certain small amount of distance from where it wants to glitch you, depends, like if you were moving slowly or crouching or something, it'll work based on time actually. So it's fairly consistent on where it is that it teleports you back. Sometimes you're expecting to be somewhere and it'll throw you somewhere completely different. So it's very hard to actually get a grip on using this ability. You become disoriented all the time when using this. So that actually falls in my first tip of this specialist ability, which knowing exactly where you are on the map at all times. And I mean this more of in a passive sense. You don't have to actually be looking at your minimap and knowing your exact location, but if you can do that, then more power to you. That'll actually help you use this specialist ability better. But what I mean is always be aware of your surroundings when using the glitch ability. You want to be able to pretty much predict to a small margin of error where you'll actually appear once you glitch. You do not want to glitch and be caught totally off guard. Because when I first actually started using this specialist ability, when I would glitch and not be prepared for where I was going to pop up, it actually took me quite a while, a second or two, and that's a lot of time in in the COD world. Honestly, a lot can happen in a second or two, but you kind of have to take some time to get accustomed to your surroundings again. If you glitch and you don't know where the hell you just popped up, it's very frightening, honestly. Because you appear and for that split second you have no idea where you appeared. You could have appeared looking at a wall, looking at the ceiling, mid jump, mid wall run, in front of another player or behind another player. It's going to take a while for you to get used to it. So you always have to be mindful and always be thinking ahead. Where was I 5 seconds ago? And that's pretty much what will help you do better using the specialist ability, is at least if you have a small idea of where it is that you're going to pop up. Now, my favorite thing to do while using glitch, the way that I found a lot of people, because also a lot of people don't usually know when to glitch. They'll glitch at the wrong moment and find out that there's no one in front of them, because you do have to kill 4 players in the same game right after you glitch. Once you glitch, you have about a good, I'd like to say 2 to 3 seconds for you to kill someone. It's a very small amount of time for you to get some kills right after you glitch and get that surprise attack on them. So you have to be able to pretty much, one, predict where it is that you're going to come out, and two, make sure that you're going to come out in front of a player. You don't want to glitch and there to be nobody there. So the way that I like to use this specialist ability is I like running into danger. You have to go and run right into the danger, but instead of actually actively running into it in order to kill the people, you just want to get their attention and then glitch away, so that you can run right back into that same room or hallway that you were in while they're still trying to collect their bearings on where the hell did you just go. That split second where they're thinking, where did he just go? You should be running right into the room again and killing them. And that's pretty much how you gotta get all the kills. You need to set them up. You pretty much have to play your enemy for the fool. And now to talk about his specialist weapon, which is the Tempest, and this is honestly, in my opinion, one of the easiest specialist weapons to use, and also one of the funnest. This is essentially just an assault rifle, semi-automatic if you want to call it that, that shoots practically lightning bolts, that once you hit an enemy, it'll actually chain into any other enemies that are near them right after a second and a half or so after you hit the initial enemy. You can pretty much wipe out the entire team essentially if they're standing near each other, and by near I mean anywhere between 5 meters and 7 meters. It's a really small area, but at the same time it really isn't considering the map sizes. But yes, this thing is a killer at any range, and I believe it actually has a bigger hitbox than normal. I'm not exactly 100% sure on it, but as long as the enemy lands anywhere within that little white cross in the center of your map, which is where your lightning is gonna go, even if it's off a little bit to the side as well, I usually tend to realize that you end up getting the kill. It ends up hitting them, so you don't really have to be that precise with it, but at the same time it is a weapon that only gives you 8 shots, so precision is key, of course, but at the same time it's not that punishing of a specialist weapon. Now this weapon does have one downside, which is once you actually press it, it does take about a half a second to charge up the shot and then fire it. It really isn't that much time, but it is enough time to get you killed in close quarters engagements or long distance engagements or stuff like that. If the enemy is prepared for you, they'll usually kill you before you can charge up your shot. The good side is that once you actually fire the first one, you can actually keep spamming the weapon and it'll fire, I'm guessing, a bit faster than if you waited shot per shot. But it could decimate an entire team if they're in front of you and you play your cards right. So my only tip when playing with the Tempest is to pretty much, once again, just be fearless with it. Like I said, it's a one-hit kill on anybody, and if you have the entire team bunched up in a room or a hallway or any kill area, it'll work so much to your advantage since you can chain it. So don't be afraid to just run in there, even if you pop off 1 or 2 people and you still die. It is more than likely, if anybody else is standing near them, you're gonna get more kills than just 1 or 2, which is great. So don't be afraid with this weapon. Alright guys, and that's actually all that I have today for the Specialist Prophet. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you found it entertaining or even informative, please don't be afraid to hit that like button, maybe even subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next Hero Gear walkthrough.
You crazy mother.